OG boy.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my
G boy.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my
OG boy.
5 years now. It'll be 5 years next summer. When I started, man, it took me 6 weeks to get my CDL. I drove a year for a company. 2 companies. I drove a year for Swift. I drove 6 months for Swift and 8 months for Martin. And after that, I had basically saved my money. Got my truck, went to Landstar, and I've been running dedicated for about 3 years, almost 3 years now with the same run. When I started, it wasn't really rough. It was rough at first coming with a company, but the thing about that, man, if you set up a main game plan on how long you want to stay with them, man, you'll get up out of there. But with mine, it pretty much was easy because I had my cousin tell me everything to do step by step. I followed everything he said to do. You know, you make your own little mistakes. That's just learning on your own. But, you know, for the most part, 90% of it I followed from what my cousin told me. And it been smooth ever since. I ain't never had no problems, man. And down to now, I work on my own truck. I save a lot of money doing most of the stuff myself. You'll learn the game fast once you get your own truck. It's certain stuff you will just see how to cut corners and not really cut corners, but just be more independent. But it's man, it's the best thing I ever did in my life. I can at least tell you that. You know, I get paid good every week. I run a dedicated run. Got a little contract with Caterpillar, moving their parts back and forth from Georgia to South Carolina. And that's all I do. And honestly, I do that about 7 hours, 6, 7 hours a day, and I drive at night, so I don't never really have no schedule or nothing in the daytime. So man, it's been the smoothest, best thing I ever did with my life. Honestly, best thing out of every job, the largest amount of money I ever got paid. You know, I don't have no complications. I got time for the kids, time for the family. Yeah, I be in different states than I live in pretty much every day. Given my schedule, I'm able to move so much. But for anybody that's trying to get their CDL, really look into it and get it, man. And the main focus is get your own truck. Learn how to do it on your own, because if not, you're pretty much working for somebody else. You know, and that's what I learned most of all. You'll push yourself a lot harder and grind a lot harder, go for more money and everything else you got to learn doing it for yourself.
What you learned about financing the truck?
Financing, after you save your money, whatever your down is, don't go through a company like, let's just say finance through MHC, or you go to Kenworth or Peterbilt or something. Don't go through them. Build your credit, go to a credit union. You go to a credit union, long as you got your credit pretty much clean and clear or whatever, and it's not bad, because I actually went in there with a 650 something. It was like a 650, almost a 660 or something like that, and they approved me at 7% interest rate. I think it was 6 or 7% interest rate, which knocked me down a lot further than what going to a company like Peterbilt. Like I was saying, when I went to them, they tried to start me at like a 26%. That's 20% more than what I would have been having to give up, you know. And basically, I when they approved me and I got the loan, I paid 20% down, so they'll cover you for 80% of your truck. They won't give you the whole 100%. Is how mine happened to work. But I end up giving up like 12. It was like 12. I had a $60,000 truck. I paid $12,000 down. I owed $48,000. They gave me a $48,000 loan. With that being said, my payments only came out to $720 a month, which I don't even know nobody got a new truck with $700. It ain't brand new, but it was closer to new than old when I bought it. You know, I got a 2016 Kenworth. I done had it almost 4 years now. And at the time I got it, trucks were low, the prices were low, but I got the best deal you ever wanted to see somebody get on the truck, man. And I only pay $700 a month. The financing side, like I say, go to a credit union, work on your credit first. Don't go through them companies, whether you got good credit or not. They're gonna go for what they know as far as interest, and they're gonna set it as high as they can. You can end up having a $60,000 truck and end up paying $90,000, $95,000 after everything is said, because you got a high interest rate. You giving them an extra $30-some thousand that you don't have to give them. You know, but the financial side, man, is real easy if you go to a credit union.
So How would you say Landstar is?
Outside the 35% cut they take, they got the most freight. Some of the best freight I done seen on the board. As far as right now, some freight is bad, but they take such a large cut, man. That's the worst part about them. Honestly, otherwise that I don't have no problem with them, man. If they didn't have that large percentage of a cut they take out, you get paid 65, they get 35. By the time you break out gas, everything, you looking at, you could have possibly made, say if you make $3,000 to $4,000 a week, you could be bringing home 6 or 7 if it weren't for Landstar. Landstar taking almost half of that. And what doesn't help is when gas prices go up. So that's the main thing I don't like about them. But as far as them having the freight and they adjusting to certain things with your schedule, you being able to work how you want to, Landstar one of the best companies, especially starting out. If you don't know much about it, like a lot of people jump out here and get the authority and then go get trucks and do all this, and every time I turn around, they're looking for drivers. And that's the thing about it. You can find a good driver, but you got to keep them paid. You got to keep them working. And freight can go up and down when it come down to that. Landstar got the freight. They got loads for days. They got dedicated runs, everything from hot shot with a dually truck to you know, low boy, big heavy hauling stuff, you know. So they got the freight. But they not a bad company. I ain't have no problems out of them. They got little stuff they can work on, but you know, for the most part, you work how you want to with them. But yeah.
So what are some of your stories about when you done broke down and had to, man, you know, try to fix it to not lose no money?
I just broke down this week. I had a coolant hose leak. And it ended up busting open. This was Monday. Yeah, this Monday just passed. And man, I'm gonna tell anybody this, man, do not get caught out there without some tools. Always have some tools, and you really can depend on YouTube. I'm gonna tell you something, that don't let people fool you. If you want to save you some money, invest in you some tools and go to YouTube. Figure out how to fix it yourself. But I broke down this week, man, and it's crazy because I was in the area where I was at. It's sad because I was right across from a police station, and across the street from the police station was a new development where they working on building. So either way, I'm riding up the street like nothing, like normal, and I see lights come on. Lights come on, start flashing. I knew then when the mission light started flashing with the wrench, both of them came on. One started to turn red, I think, or it turned that bright yellow. I had to shut down. Ended up sitting there, it cost me a whole day to fix the hose, but luckily I was up the street from a Walmart and a O'Reilly's. They had all the parts I need. It was only one hose busted out, and I ended up having to buy 15 gallons of coolant. I only ended up using 14 of them, but I bought 15. Another thing about that, Walmart gonna have it cheaper. Walmart and Sam's gonna have the coolant cheaper than the truck stops.
We're gonna wrap the vlog up for today. A little bit of trucking stories. Got some more stories coming from Cuz. We'll check you next time.